Every decade produces bands that push boundaries, but the 1970s didn't just push them, it shattered them completely. From anonymous collectives in eyeball masks to German art terrorists with cement mixers, these are 12 of the weirdest bands that 1970s kids can never forget. Number 12. The Residents.
Like little cars consume the bones.
Since their first official release in 1972, nobody has ever confirmed who they actually are. The band sent a demo tape to Warner Brothers in 1971, but the label was unimpressed. Because the band had not provided a name, the rejection letter was addressed simply to Residents. That rejection letter accidentally named one of music's strangest acts. In public, they appear silent and costumed, often wearing giant eyeball helmets, top hats, and tails. Based out of San Francisco after relocating from Shreveport, Louisiana, they became celebrated pioneers of music video and avant-garde composition. Their bizarre aesthetic influenced Devo, Primus, and Matt Groening. 5 decades later, nobody knows who they are. Number 11. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. The album Trout Mask Replica was produced by Frank Zappa and recorded in March 1969 following 8 months of intense rehearsals at a small rented house in Los Angeles. The band was so well practiced that 18 of the 28 tracks were recorded live in just 4.5 hours. Trout Mask Replica is considered Captain Beefheart's magnum opus, appearing on countless lists of the greatest albums ever made. In 2010, it was selected for preservation in the United States National Recording Registry. Filmmaker David Lynch called it his favorite album of all time. Don Van Vliet retired from music in 1982 to become a painter. He passed away in 2010, leaving behind the most bewildering catalog in rock history. Number 10. Faust. In 1970, a Polydor Records representative approached German producer Uwe Nettelbeck about assembling a new band that could be the German Beatles. The reality was something far more extreme. Faust's work was oriented around dissonance, improvisation, and experimental electronics, influencing subsequent ambient and industrial music. Their debut was issued on clear vinyl in a transparent sleeve designed to look like an X-ray of a fist. Virgin issued the Faust tapes in 1973 at 49 pence, the price of a single. The album sold an estimated 100,000 copies and reached the UK chart before being disqualified due to its low price tag. They broke up in 1975, but their influence echoed through post-punk and industrial music for decades. Before we continue, which of these bands gave you nightmares? And which ones became your favorites? Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Number 9. Alice Cooper.
I'm a legend, you're at peace and I must hide.
In 1971, a guillotine dropped on a Detroit-born, Phoenix-raised singer's head while thousands of teenagers screamed in approval. Before Alice Cooper was a solo act, it was a full 5-piece band that pioneered shock rock with fake blood, live boa constrictors, and on-stage executions. School's Out hit number 1 in the UK in 1972. Billion Dollar Babies topped charts on both sides of the Atlantic the following year.
I got the friends 'cause they read the paper. They can't be seen.
The band's visual chaos was calculated genius. Cooper once said he wanted to be the villain in rock, a character audiences loved to be horrified by. By 1974, the original band had dissolved, but the template they created influenced Kiss, Marilyn Manson, and every shock rocker who followed.
You got me on the run.
Number 8. Kiss. Over 100 million albums claimed worldwide. That staggering figure belongs to 4 guys in kabuki face paint, 7-inch platform heels, and leather costumes who turned rock concerts into full-blown theatrical spectacles. Gene Simmons breathed fire and spit blood. Ace Frehley's guitar shot rockets. Alive. Their 1975 live album reached number 9 on the Billboard 200 and finally broke them commercially. By the late 70s, Kiss had their own Marvel comic book with real blood mixed into the ink, a pinball machine, and a made-for-television movie. An entire generation of kids grew up painting their faces in bedroom mirrors, choosing to be the demon, the star child, or the spaceman.
That's quite a lot, and you drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy.
Number 7. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. Over 60 albums in a career spanning 3 decades. That alone sets this composer apart from virtually everyone else in rock history. Freak Out, released in 1966, was one of rock's first double albums. By the 70s, overnight sensation and apostrophe wrapped complex jazz fusion, orchestral passages, and satirical lyrics into genuinely charming records. Zappa demanded perfection from his musicians while embracing total absurdity. He testified before Congress in 1985 against the PMRC's proposed music censorship, delivering one of the most articulate defenses of free speech in American political history. He influenced Primus, Weird Al Yankovic, and countless others. Zappa died in 1993 at age 52. Number 6. Devo. The concept of de-evolution became deadly serious following the Kent State massacre of May 4, 1970. Founding members Jerry Casale and Mark Mothersbaugh were students at Kent State at the time. Casale later said that May 4, 1970 changed everything in the nanosecond of gunfire. He personally knew 2 of the victims, Jeffrey Miller and Allison Krauss. They turned that bleak philosophy into matching jumpsuits, jerky robotic rhythms, and iconic red Energy Dome hats. Are We Not Men? We Are Devo became an essential new wave album in 1978. Whip It cracked the top 15 in 1980. They proved that trauma could be transmuted into the strangest art imaginable. Before we continue, did any of these bands blow your mind as a kid? Or did you discover them later? Drop your story in the comments. We love reading them. Number 5. Kraftwerk. A 22-minute electronic suite about a German highway. That was the pitch. In 1974, 4 stoic men from Dusseldorf stood behind synthesizers and drum machines, rejected guitars entirely, and released Autobahn. The edited single reached the top 25 in the United States. On AM radio, sandwiched between the Eagles and Elton John, it sounded like a transmission from another planet. Kraftwerk predicted the entire electronic music future. Their robotic precision became the blueprint for synth-pop, techno, house, and hip-hop production. Africa Bambaataa sampled them. Depeche Mode worshipped them. Every producer who ever programmed a drum machine owes something to these 4 men. Number 4. Sparks. In 1974, This Town Ain't Big Enough for Both of Us reached number 2 on the UK singles chart. On top of the pops, British audiences saw Russell Mael, a flamboyant falsetto singer bouncing across the stage beside his brother Ron, a dead-still keyboardist with a thin mustache and an unblinking stare. Viewers genuinely could not tell if this was a joke or a threat. Over 25 studio albums across 5 decades, they never repeated themselves. They moved from glam to disco to electronic to orchestral pop without warning. Director Edgar Wright made a 2021 documentary, The Sparks Brothers, calling them the best band most people have never heard of. Number 3. Can. In 1970, a Japanese street musician named Damo Suzuki was discovered busking outside a club in Munich and recruited on the spot. His first performance was that night. The results were Tagomago in 1971 and Eite Bamiasi in 1972, 2 albums blending hypnotic repetition, funk, free jazz, and avant-garde noise into something no critic could categorize. Founding member Holger Czukay studied under legendary composer Karl-Heinz Stockhausen, bringing avant-garde credibility into a rock framework. Radiohead, Talking Heads, and Public Image Ltd. all cited Can as essential. Suzuki left in 1973, married, and later became a Jehovah's Witness. Even their departures were strange. Number 2. Cheap Trick. 2 gorgeous rock stars and 2 deliberate goofballs on purpose in the same band. Robin Zander had the golden voice and movie star looks. Tom Peterson played a 12, string bass and designer clothes. Then there was Rick Nielsen in a bow tie and checkerboard suit, wielding a 5-neck guitar. Drummer Bunny Carlos wore secondhand shirts. At Budokan, their 1978 live album became one of the best-selling concert recordings of all time.
Whatever you want, I'll give it to you.
Surrender and I Want You to Want Me became arena anthems. The visual contradiction was the entire point. They proved rock stardom didn't require a uniform look, just unforgettable songs. Number 1. The B-52S. They recorded Rock Lobster on a shoestring budget in Atlanta in February 1978. Label owner Danny Beard recalls spending about $700 on the session, where a key on Kate Pearson's Farfisa organ didn't even work. The recording was rough but effective. Formed in Athens, Georgia in 1976, they showed up with towering bouffant wigs, thrift store outfits, and songs about rock lobsters and alien planets. John Lennon said he decided to record again in 1980, following a 5-year hiatus after hearing Rock Lobster. The single reached number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. From a $700 recording session in Georgia to inspiring a Beatle out of retirement, the B-52S turned pure joyful weirdness into a legacy that still makes the whole world dance.